DRDW. Click here to open a browser to view the stream. I'm live now, apparently. Yeah. Am I coming up? Right, hello, but nobody's seeing anything. It's a bit odd. I know it looks like it's really bad lag. You're right. It's terrible lag, but it looks a bit. Turn video off. Right. Are you seeing it better now? Or is it still? The bit rate's increasing. Should catch up. It hopefully will catch up. Yes, we are having a few technical difficulties. Right. Okay. I don't know what's been seen, who's seeing what, where, why. I don't know if it's coming up. I don't know if I've got the right. Right, okay. It's live now, apparently. So what's coming up? Good. Okay. Well, everybody will be able to see that who's watching, if they are watching, of course. Leave a comment if you are, apart from me and Fraser. Fraser obviously knows he's watching. He can hear me live and backwards as well. It's a bit weird. Okay, let's try this again. Let's hopefully see if it works this time. Hopefully it's better video. Right, hello everybody, and welcome to another Streamstructor. I'm looking at the webcam camera instead of the main camera. There we are. Right, okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. Not. Right. Hello everyone, and welcome to another Streamstructor. There was supposed to be some sort of video in the background. That telly will be off in a minute because it wasn't working, unfortunately. But I do have somebody with me here today. I have Fraser with me. Hello, Fraser. This is the voice of the Mr. Ons. Yeah. Okay. Right. We're gonna do some bits and pieces and get things set up here. I'm gonna see if we can get a few other people online and do some promotional stuff. So in the meantime, here's a little bit of music, ladies and gentlemen. Right, about 5 minutes behind of what I'm hearing, but yeah, that's good. See what we tried different things. I've disconnected my second screen. I've minimized down stuff, and the CPU seems to be recovering a bit now. It was going 100%. That's probably why it was stuttering a little bit. But there we are. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Streamstructor. This is the first one where we are stuck at home, everybody. How are we all coping? Are we not? Well, if you're watching this, then obviously there's some chink of light in the end of the tunnel. Chink of armor? I don't even know what I'm talking about now. There we go. I have with me, as you can hear, as a disembodied voice because I can't really get him working any other way. I have Fraser with me. Hello, mate. Well, I might show you a bit of armor later on. I might get my helmet out, and that's not a euphemism. But there we are. Sorry, I'm just making a message to Jamie because he said we're just trying to see if he can. Seamus, yeah. Insert name here as we're starting to call now, yeah. Oh right, yes, your other half is saying, yeah, it's live. It seems to be working. So if it is working, leave a comment, please, just so we can test and make sure it is properly working. I know the stream's not the best. Oh no! Okay, all right, maybe not then. Oh well. Well, it seems to be a better health now anyway with the stream. Oh, it's still playing out on my thing here. Why is that? Oh right, okay, that would help. Right. Right, yeah, I'm seeing myself now on my tablet, and I'm also seeing myself here with you guys. Sorry, I know that was really unprofessional, really unorganised, but that's me. That's the way I work things, I suppose. Hello, everybody, once again. I'm going to have the play out here and just do the running order. Sorry, Fraser, you going to say? Well, it depends how far behind it's lagging, because usually it's not too bad, but then again, I don't have the time right today, so it's maybe a little bit different. We got 4 people watching. Boo, come back. Okay, well, I do have a play out of the different videos that we can play today. Here's the running order as it's planned. Obviously, the timings are now completely out, but there we go. What do you expect? Right, okay. So, yeah, we've got 3 videos today. We've got my vlogs, one of the early ones and the embarrassing ones. This is the first walking and talking, and I mean walking and talking, that I did. 10 minutes exactly. It's when YouTube used to be only 10 minutes, so that's an interesting situation with that one. I don't know how I managed it, but I did. Then we got 6 facts on William the Conqueror. This is the last 6 facts for now. There will be a break on 6 facts for the next few weeks, next few Streamstructors. And then we have a Doctor review of the War Machines. Now, general was I was trying to do things pre-2019 of the reviews, but I thought, why not? It's long ago enough. The War Machines, it was last year. I'll pop it in just now. Yeah, hello people watching, as Fraser says. I know, I can't get my chat up though, that's the weird thing. I don't rely on other things. Yes, no, that's fine, thank you. So yeah, that's your lineup for today. Don't worry about the timings. They were supposed to be based on me starting on the hour. Obviously that's not happened, but there we are. These are the things. But yes, hello. Now I did say when I was in the channel update last time that I would go a bit more about my situation, because I did say that obviously people are fallowed? How do you say that? Is it fallowed or followed, Fraser? Followed, right? Okay. See, I didn't know. You're not in a very good position because you're self-employed, so you're one of the unlucky ones. Although, have you had any luck getting anything so far? Uh, the escape teaspoon. It might very well be teaspoon. I don't know. Um, Show yourself, teaspoon. Tell us if it's yourself. Maybe somebody else. It might be. It could be someone else. If it is, that's a newbie. Hello. Not often to get lots of. They are. Good evening, Jamie. How are you? Yeah. Our fun Kidstructors are coming up very soon. There's an idea of the Kidstructors and the Streamstructor in a couple of Streamstructors time to all about what we're doing. I'll talk more about that as we go on here. But yeah, no. So yeah, followed. I can't say it. I'm very lucky. I'm in what they call key industry. I work in the utilities industry, so I've been able to work from home Monday to Friday. It's very strange going to work at the moment. It literally is just moving one arse cheek from the bed to the chair. It really is that simple at the moment. It's actually quite worrying in some respects. Um, mhm. I know it sounds bad, but my pay comes through on Tuesday, but put it this way, I've already got 70 quid I won't be spending going towards bank accounts because I don't need to pay for Cineworld ticket anymore because they've stopped that. I don't know if you heard about that. For GDPR reasons, I'll get your details after this broadcast, if you don't mind. Just one of these things. But yes. But yeah, no. So yeah, no bus ticket, no Cineworld, and Cineworld have done an interesting thing where they've stopped taking payments from anybody basically. One payment this month up to the 17th of April, then they won't charge you again until they come back until they open again, which is a nice thing. It's a lovely thing to do. I wish some of the credit card companies would do the same thing. We'd all be in a good boat, but you know what it's like. You know what finances can be like at times. Yeah. Oh dear. Who is Teaspoon? I'm intrigued. So am I. Yeah. Uh huh. They can't hear you. Oh. Well, that's strange because I can hear you, and it is coming through. Yeah. Hold on. I'll put the volume up a little bit. There we go. It's a bit odd if you can't hear him. Strange. Okay. Maybe you're not here. I don't know. Um, should be working. Should be there. Um, okay. Oh, the nature of the stream, eh? I don't know if Jamie's. I don't know. You're just a figment of our imagination. Well, that might be true. It seems a bit strange that I can hear you. I can hear you well, but you can't. Oh, hang on a minute. I know what it will be. Might be my settings. Oh God. Default to communications device. All right. Okay. There we are. Okay. 1212 Fraser.
2121.
Can anybody hear us now? Is he there now?
I'll just keep talking. We'll just keep talking. Talking nonsense.
Yeah.
We'll talk about followed. Is it followed or the other one?
Followed.
Followed.
I don't know. Really strange. But yes, Fraser is supposed to be here, so I've just been talking to fresh air for the past 5 minutes.
Oh, yep, I'm here. I'm coming through now. I can hear him. Aye. We're good. I can hear myself now. We're all good.
There we are, little setting. Do you know what it was? I was hearing you through my headphones, but it wasn't coming through the speakers on my laptop. That's what it was. And I told you earlier on it would record through the laptop, so there we are. It's working now. There we are. Everybody can hear me. Yay! Everybody can hear you. Yay! Yay, brilliant. So say hello, Fraser, because I don't think they've heard you for the past 5 minutes. I've been talking to thin air.
You went down to thin air. Hello, I am a fellow YouTuber / writer / filmmaker / whatever you need me to be. And as you and I are both in isolation hell or heaven, however you want to describe it, I figured it'd be fun to come and join you for a stream.
Yes, it gives me a bit more conversation than just looking at comments going, who's this, who are saying hello and everything else. You have a bit of interaction on voice as well. I was hoping video, but unfortunately my laptop isn't playing ball. It won't let me do it, so unfortunately I'm having to Lorita just to hear your dulcet tones instead.
Yes, disembodied voice, yes.
Yeah, disembodied voice. Well, then again, you are a Ghostbuster, so you're used to that sort of thing, I suppose.
Yeah, hey, that's a Monday to Friday job.
That's the Monday to Friday job, right? Okay, thanks for the heads up there, mate. But there we are. Right, okay. Once more, play through just in case you've just very quickly. So yeah, coming up next is the vlog, and I'm just going to play that now and have a run. And then obviously we can talk, comment, and have a laugh about it at the other end.
Who is the escape teaspoon?
We'll find out.
Well, wait. I think we'll stay a mystery.
Here we go, Fraser.
Hello everybody, it's Barry here, blog number 6, recorded on the 6th of October 2008, well this bit is, and the bit before it was recorded in the 22nd of September. I was walking up to a darts match, and I was knackered. I'm not going to do that again in a while, but that's just fitness for you. So, a few things have happened since that blog was recorded. I've had a meal with Colin Baker. I've seen the play he was in, Noises Off, and here is autograph from man himself. Lovely Turkish meal. Went for a Turkish meal afterwards, after the play, and the play's good. It is a funny play. It's the third time I've seen it, and if you ever get it coming round to where you are, go see Noises Off. It is a very good play. It's about 20 years old now. It's a farce of a farce, basically. I can't really say much more. Just go into Google or doing a search engine and put Noises Off and you'll find a bit more about the play. But really, go and see it because you will enjoy it. Young and old, I think, will enjoy it. It's got a humour that kind of appeals to all. Anyway, a couple of other things. There is two subscribers have come on to my subscriptions. I now have 10 subscribers. One of them I actually looked at a few months ago. We Made You Look. I was quite intrigued with some of the stuff they're doing, and they tend to be doing video promotions for corporate stuff in America. They're actually an interesting little company. But they've got the Doctor Who nuts. They're all Doctor Who nuts. But have a look at their website. Go find their subscription through mine. Go onto their website on their page from this link, and see if you're a Doctor Who fan. You might actually get the flash file that's on the front page of that website. I think it's still there. You might get the joke of that. It's a bit dark. It is 7:25 at night. So it's Monday night, it's the 22nd of September, and I'm walking up to a pub called the Murray Bar, which is in the Murray, in East Kilbride, because we are playing darts tonight in the local darts team. Now, I'm absolutely useless. I can't play for toffee at the moment. I'm really terrible, but it's the guys. It's a great social night out. That's why I go. Not for any other reason. I'm just trying to get the screen right here so I can actually see me, because I'm looking a bit negative at the moment. There we go. Now, first up, I have to apologise because I said something last time about having a fan base with if I can get as many people as in my How to Chat Up Girls video viewing it, I have a fan base. I don't. The video actually turned out to be the worst of the 5 I've done so far, but the reason why it was is because it was forced. It felt like I had to do it, and obviously that wasn't what I wanted to portray. But a few comments from people who have seen it saying it felt forced. Don't do that again. It's a shame. How to Chat Up Girls, 288 views it's had so far. That was from this morning. It may have had more, but at the moment it's only had 288. There's a pigeon. There's something. Crows or something. Sparrows. I can't hear them. I don't know what the birds are, but it's some sort of animal. There's someone behind me, but I'll be alright. It's a bit strange doing this because I'm walking in the middle of town, going through the busiest part of town, and I'm doing a video blog. Seems completely strange, completely weird, but do you know what? I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. So I'm going to the darts tonight, but before I go to the darts, which will give a few bits of filming later on, I just want to go quickly over what I've been doing the past couple of weeks. Well, we did recordings for the Commodore 10K for the podcast. That was brilliant. We did some filming for that as well, of the finishes and so forth. Hopefully I'll be able to pull out that footage and put it on the blog here, give you a little idea of what we did. We also went to Red's Bar again, unplugged session, met a guy called Steph McLeod, who did some stuff. I'm just turning that camera screen round because it's distracting me. We did some stuff with him, and he was fantastic. He was one of 4 bands that played that night, well 3 actually, because one took a bit of stage fright on the day, unfortunately. Hope he's come back better next time. He wasn't very well, I think, that's what it was. But Steph McLeod, another guy, Craig from Visions of Good Life, and I can't remember the other one now. I can't remember the other one, but they were good. They were good. And Steph agreed to play at our Cumbernauld Roadshow, which was the Gig Cafe. Now again, we should have a little bit of footage of that later on in the show, or later on in the blog. It's not a show. I'm still on podcast mode, that's what it is. Because I just come from there today before I come up here, and I'm not fit. You can hear me puffing and panting here walking. I think the talking and the actual walking is doing me the world of ungood. But anyway, we'll just carry on, shall we? You can probably see somebody behind me here, but they're just walking anyway, so don't worry about that. But those are the 2 big things. Now, the Gig Cafe was a concept we came up with where we take over an empty shop store for the day and actually have bands and competitions and so forth, and it went really well. It was really one of the most successful days. In fact, it was the most successful roadshow we've done so far. Come on, it's this weekend. We've got things lined up for that. It looks to be a very good event, and elements that we have from the podcast Gig Cafe will go over to that, so you will see some of that if you're in Kilmarnock come to fruition. Say hello, do all the normal things. Oh, we're on underpass here, hold on. It's got a bit dark. There we are, a bit better now. So that's really my update case. Unfortunately, I'm still trying, but it is getting there. I'm making inroads. Oh, there's one more thing. Thursday, I am going to see a play called Noises Off at the King's Theatre. It stars... God, I hate these underpasses, sorry. Hold on a minute. Let's get under this. I'm talking away, I don't realise. So, at the King's Theatre, Noises Off in Glasgow. Thursday I'm going. It's on all this week. There may still be tickets, so have a check on the King's Theatre website and have a look. But it stars Colin Baker, one of the old Doctor Who's, and there could be a chance to speak with a man afterwards. If there is, I'll tell you all about it. Anyway, I went to another play as well in the Commodore Theatre called Singing I'm No Billy, He's a Tim. It's a play based on the bigotry of Celtic and Rangers, and it's a very funny comedy, and I trust that you will enjoy it. I'm going to take a breather now. Where was I? Ah yes, Singing I'm No Billy, He's a Tim at the Commodore Theatre. Very good play, really enjoyed it. Oh, this has gone right, yes it has. Yeah, it's still running, good. I was getting worried there. So yeah, that was a very good play. If you get the chance to see it, please do when it next tours. It's now finished, but every venue it went to sold out. So it went to the East Kilbride Village Theatre, Great Arts Guild Theatre, it went down to Dumfries. It sold out 2 nights at the SECC, of what I understand. Absolutely fantastic, one of the best things I've seen in a while. And it's not the only theatre performance I'm going to see, of course. There's a few more in October I'm going to see as well. And in part 2, if there is a part 2, I'm going to do a little bit of filming of the people of my darts team and just say a quick hello and introduce them all, if they're willing, of course. But if they're not, there we go. Thank you very much for watching, if it is the end. If not, I'll see you in part 2 of Vlog 6.
Bum-de-bum. Right, okay. Oh my goodness. Magpies! That's what they are. They're magpies. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Streamstructor. We have 4 people watching at the moment. I know who 2 of them are. I know
You've got Arthur, and we've got Jamie, and you've got the mysterious enigma that is the escaped teaspoon, who I thought was Jamie, because Jamie used to come around to my flat and steal teaspoons, so it would make sense. It would make sense that it was Jamie as the escape. But hello Arthur, hello Jamie, hello teaspoon, whoever you are.
I think I have a funny feeling who teaspoon might be actually, but there we are.
Okay.
Yes, I think it might be a lady in your household. It might be Sophia, to be fair.
Oh.
If you think about it, but there we are. She may not be watching anymore. She might be shouting upstairs saying, "It's not me!" I don't know, but...
There are so many things that I love about that video, Barry. First of all, you got the magpie wrong. Second of all, I love how excited you are. Sorry, Jamie's just shouted, "Defamation!" Yeah, well,
yes, I see it.
Anything's true if you can't prove it. But I love how excited you get when you go, "Oh, and I might be speaking to a man." You're like, "Oh, who is this man that you're speaking to?" And you got really annoyed at going under an underpass, that you had a pathological fear of underpasses.
It was the echo, if I remember rightly.
Oh, I see.
But it shows how far I've come. Put it that way.
Did you enjoy a Billy near Tim, or no, a Billy and a Tim, or whatever? Called?
Yes, it was an interesting play at that point, and I'm still thinking in the podcast channel mode as well, because at that point I was still working doing those podcasts that I've mentioned a couple of times on the Streamstructors before. So, you know, it was a strange situation, I suppose. But it's all right. The embarrassing ones are about to be removed from my playlists going forward. They get better, most of them.
Well, I think for your next stream we should watch Have Chat Up Girls. I think we should watch that together. Well,
that could be one thing. The problem with that one is there's a lot of copyright issues with it. There's a lot of music that shouldn't be in there. I don't know how YouTube's with that, so it's maybe not something you can watch. However, the next vlog I did was a vlog of me travelling to locations where we filmed Have Chat Up Girls, so that's next month's Streamstructor.
Okay.
So, as it happens, it kind of ties in quite neatly, and that isn't just me thinking off the hoof. That actually is the next one that's coming up.
But boys and girls, please search for Deanstructor, Have to Chat Up Girls. You're up to 3.6 thousand views on that one now.
Yes, it's been about that. It's been about that for about 4 years now, but it did quite well in the Fallowdra years.
Jamie's saying that this is recorded. I have all the evidence I need. Quickly, Barry, remove the stream. Delete.
Well, I have a funny feeling though. Does anybody know what that music was at the beginning of the vlog? Can anybody leave a comment on what the name of that music was? Because I want to see if you guys can guess the tune. You've taken pictures, Jamie.
Yes, you've taken pictures of audio. We didn't type that you stole the teaspoons, allegedly.
If he's not careful, he's the disappointed voice next time round.
Yeah, I'm Team Moira Strikes again. If anyone does have any questions to do with Barry's vlogs, please do send them. I sound like it's from the old Channel 4.
Yes, it is. But what exactly is it? What's the name of it, and where was it based? What was it played on?
The escape teaspoon wants us to play it again. We can't play it again, teaspoon. We have an order. There's a system to this.
Yes, Jamie, you're right. Do you know the name of the actual tune itself?
He's going to Google it. Don't tell him. Give him to the end of the next
Tell you what,
vlog.
Yeah, exactly. To the next play out, we'll do that, shall we? Yeah, that could be an idea.
Arthur and Jamie and Teaspoon. This is a competition. Whoever gets it right first wins a prize.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm just going to bring up the schedule here. Just have a look at the play out. To Shazam. Well, you can't use Shazam unless you go backwards on the video and actually play it. Don't do that because I'll lose the number of people watching. But But yeah, there's the play out there. We've had the walking and talking vlog, which is so embarrassing.
No, it's not. So I have pictures of.
All I can remember is it was the school's programme, yes, and I remember in class in primary 1. I'll come back to the play out, the Laura now in a minute.
Arthur's being very quiet. It must be the 3 bottles of wine he had last night.
I thought it sounded like a 90s commercial background song from like a theme park. Well, I can see where that comes from. No, the tune was on the school, Channel 4 Schools, as Jamie says. Although I'm looking for the name of the song, see if anybody can remember it. However, oh, shh, to you too, Arthur. But there we are. I know. Sorry. Educating. He's educating. Okay, yay. This is so fun, actually. Actually, having some people talking on the chat than just me being to piece the camera. It just makes it so much more fluid. It's brilliant, actually.
I have been sharing. I've been sharing it far and wide. Please invite your friends. We're all stuck in here together. We may as well all get together and have a bit of a chat. I'm sorry, Barry. I must be throwing off your timings.
Hey, I'm not so worried about the timings. It was always rough, and if I'm here till 8:30 or 9 o'clock, I don't mind. I'll just play out the other bits. The idea of this is, if you haven't been to the Streamstructor before, is because it's usually just me talking to camera without any interaction from disembodied voices, and me just looking at the chat. I thought I'd do something by showcasing, by doing a play out of the Deanstructor channel videos that have come out in the past, and I tend to do 3 or 4 videos a live stream. I'll talk a little bit more about what the live stream's going to do going forward, and I might do a few more of these just talking and conversations with you guys like this a bit more often going forward. But for now, it's this time. Sorry, what was that?
It's good fun. Good fun.
It is good fun. Yeah. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. But it's not that. It's not that bit though. No. I'm saying, oh, he's got it. No, he hasn't. That's the longer. That's the intermission bit. The bit we're talking about is the countdown clock on the school's programme. There's a different name for it. So you're almost there, Jamie. Yeah. You're almost there. Although content ID Jamie, will come up at some point.
We will reveal the answer at the end of the stream.
Yes, we will. Well, I'll reveal the answer after this next one here. Speaking of running order, and I'll go back to this now. I keep coming back to my bottle of juice there. Sorry, it's not unintentional advertising there, guys. So yeah, 6 facts of William I is the next one. 6 facts is basically, as it says in the tin, 6 facts on historical figures or different events or battles. Some of the popular ones have been the Battle of Hastings and Mary Queen of Scots. Also 6 facts on East Kilbride, which there wasn't enough. Just a small town girl. Okay, no problem.
Well, yeah, so they are guessing the journey, as in living in a lonely world.
Yeah. Well, that's not what I was thinking, though. But there we are. Oh God, I'm glad you got that because I didn't get that for a second.
Oh no, I immediately got it.
So yeah, I'm going to play out now the next thing on the play out now, which is the 6 facts on William the Conqueror, and we'll come back to this and give you the answer to what that tune actually was.
Contemporaries never called him the Conqueror. The earliest recorded use of the nickname was in the 1120s. He was called the Great by admirers and the Bastard by his detractors. William introduced castles to England and Wales. That's not to say there weren't fortifications before then, but the term castle came with the Normans. They were initially mostly made of earth and timber at first. The stone versions came later. Over 100,000 people died due to the Norman conquest of England. This wasn't, however, due to the famous Battle of Hastings. It is more due to William's crushing of rebellion between 1069 and 1070, where he destroyed vast areas of land north of the River Humber, causing famine, otherwise known as the Harrying of the North.
William and his wife Matilda were not so mismatched in the height as people believe. It has been said that William was really tall for a medieval man, about 5 foot 10 inches, and that Matilda was really short for a medieval woman, about 4 foot 2 inches. But examination of the skeletons show that Matilda was most likely 5 feet tall, an average height for a medieval woman, and William was just 5 foot 8 tall, just above average height for a medieval man. William's body exploded at his funeral. He had died after his horse reared up during a 1087 battle, throwing him from his saddle and rupturing his intestines, the infection later killing him. As the priest tried to put him in a stone coffin, his abdomen burst, causing what would be one hell of a stench. The name William was popularised in England thanks to the Conqueror. It's an old French name composed of the Germanic elements will, meaning desire, and helm, meaning protection. It is still one of the top names given to boys in the UK today. No surprise that a future king has the name then. Next time on 6 Facts. He's the king who has a potato named after him. Edward VII. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have an historical figure that you think should get the 6 Facts treatment, comment.
Hello, Barry. We're back on.
Slightly early, Fraser, but thank you. But Lucy here, yeah. Everybody dreams of having a potato named after them. Good on you, Edward. I know. It's an interesting one, isn't it, Teaspoon? Yeah.
Your pretty face has not appeared back on screen yet, Baz, just so you know.
I'm well aware of that. I haven't clicked the button yet. It's fine. There we go.
Okay,
sorry if everybody had a heart attack with that, but there we are. Never mind. But
So he exploded during his funeral?
Yes, he did.
Well, that's horrid.
It is horrid.
That's horrid.
It is. It's not the best thing to ever be made out for, or to have be remembered for. You know.
Everyone dreams of having a potato named after them. Interesting. Why was the potato named after him? Come on, Baz, what's the answer?
I've no idea. If you guys have an idea of that, leave a comment down below. I don't know. I just noticed the fact. I thought that's an interesting fact. Well, I knew that anyway. You just sort of put it in as one of the facts.
Was it to his likeness? Yes, he looked like a potato.
That's probably not far from the truth, to be fair, in these later years. But there we are.
Jamie Arthur, any clue why he was named after the... No, sorry, the potato was named after him. He wasn't named after the potato.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the King Edward Potato. Oh, I like that name. I might name my child Edward.
Leave a comment down below. What's your favourite potato, ladies and gentlemen? Mine's just a Jersey Royal. Well, there we are.
I'm gonna keep this classy, but to do like a dopping potato, a dopping was.
A Dauphinoise. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, okay, going back to the music on the vlog that was played just before 6 Facts there. It is just a minute. Well done, Jamie. You did get it right.
Well done, Jamie. You've won yourself a tea room experience with Barry.
Yes, you come into the next Streamstructor.
And you both get to drink tea and talk about it. It's called tea bagging with Jamie.
That's an idea he's supposed to keep quiet. Come on. Speaking of Skyping and speaking on video and things like that, I did an interview with you last week, didn't I? For your channel.
We did. Over on my... Oh, nice plug. Love it. Love your work. Yes, over on the Eclipse Cosplayer YouTube, I did my first ever Get Your Geek On with Deanstructor. And we chatted for a good hour, didn't we?
We did. Well, you
All
only see
about
half an
how
hour
you-
of it, which is actually good. But there we are.
Yeah, I edited it down. But yeah, I ended up doing one with Stuart Bannerman the other day, which it's going to turn into a two-parter. We got to an hour, and there was still a whole bit to talk about, so we wrapped it up there, and we're going to do the second part. So that will appear at some point. Definitely, that'll go on. I'm trying to get Sophie Aldred to come and do one with us as well. So
That'd be brilliant if you can get Sophie Aldred on there. That'd be quite cool.
yeah, so that's the plan.
And go on.
So I was just reading the comments. Jamie said it was never proven why he exploded, and Arthur thinks that. Arthur's saying his favourite potato is an Ayrshire potato, but he is biased because he lives in Ayr, where pizzas do not get delivered on time, as I'm sure Arthur will confirm.
Well, that's understandable. Pizzas don't. But let's be fair. I don't think pizzas get delivered on time at all at the moment. I don't think any pizza company's on time. They've got so many at the moment.
Arthur was very angry about the whole affair.
About the potato? Oh God.
No, at the his pizza not being delivered. For how long did it take for your? Over an hour and a half
late. Well, when I worked in Pizza Hut, that was actually a good time sometimes because it was we got overwhelmed sometimes and it was terrible. An hour and a half was a good time.
Jamie's saying the teabagging incident was never proven. Well, I've heard from other sources to tell me otherwise.
Oh right, okay. I thought he meant it was never proven that Edward VIII's stomach exploded. William the Conqueror's abdomen exploded. Sorry, I thought that's what he meant. No, he's talking about that.
I thought that's what he meant. Yeah, the escape teaspoon has a
Diogenes.
Figure, yeah.
That's interesting. I don't do six facts as much now. Part of the reason
I like your six facts because you learn something and they're quick. So
they may be quick, but they take a long time to work on. I'm still working the Declaration of Arbroath six facts. It will be out this month, guys. It may be a little bit later, but I'm still working on that. Because it's 700 years since the Declaration of Arbroath this month, where all the Scottish nobles wrote to the Pope for Scotland's independence. It was the end of the First War of Independence between Scotland and England, if I remember rightly.
I'm sure Jamie will correct you if you're wrong.
I'm sure Jamie will. If any of our reenactment friends on here, they completely say it's wrong, but there we are. There's not much... Not much you could do about that, but yeah, no, there is plans for another six facts soon, but I don't do them a lot. One, because they take a while, and they take planning, because I did do a run of 2 series, one of 6 and one of 4, and I just lost interest. As I was saying to you when I was speaking to you the other week there, I don't want to burn out and things, and it's interesting trying to find something that's good to work with, and I'm always open to suggestions. Diogenes the Cynic. That would be a great idea. Yeah, well, it's certainly one to look at, Jamie, and I'm going to note that down at the end of this stream and put that down as something. I just realised I crossed my arms like I can't be bothered. Sorry. That's terrible.
If it makes you feel any better, I did the exact same.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Feeling too relaxed, I'm now crossing my arms like this. Like, it's terrible. It's horrible. But yeah. Oh, while we're away that time.
Yeah.
I got these Viennese whirls, so I'll be munching them the next time round.
Pass us one, will you?
Sorry?
Pass us one over, will you?
Well, unfortunately,
okay, boys.
Unfortunately, my transmat's not working today, Fraser. I'm afraid you'll have to. If I did send it, it'll be a mush, so it wouldn't work.
Okay, boys and girls, in the comment section, what is your favourite biscuit?
Yes, favourite biscuits. What are your favourite biscuits? I'm actually a custard cream man, to be fair.
I've been craving, and I blame Jamie for this, aka Seamus, aka Auntie Moira. I have been craving Garibaldi's for weeks, and every shop I've been in, no bloody Garibaldi's.
That sounds about right, actually.
With like some pastries. Seamus is saying that it was the Escape Teaspoon's recommendation for the Cynic, but I think you established that quite well, Barry. I don't think you said otherwise. And Arthur is a hobnob. Arthur, you look like a man who enjoys a hobnob. You do look like the hobnob. Oh, and Jamie, there you are, Jamie.
Oh, no, well, we we know that's his favourite, chocolate hobnobs. But yes, custard creams are so vanilla. But then again, that's me, gentlemen. That's me, ladies. That's who I am.
Vanilla.
Oh dear. Right.
I have a packet of chocolate digestives sitting downstairs, and I think I'll be having some of them in a minute.
Yeah, well, you've got about 15 minutes to munch them, so you'll be fine, because the next play is about 15 minutes long. But it is
Ice baby.
Who's what? Sorry.
Arthur Andrew, ice baby. Oh, vanilla ice. Okay.
I've become a skinny jeans man. I don't wear baggy trousers anymore. Was that vanilla ice?
I don't. I don't need the thought of you wearing skinny jeans in my head.
I won't stand up then. That's fine. But there we are.
I think you should always do it with a guest, Barry. I think like, as much as I like your streams, it comes alive a bit more.
I think it does actually, and I think it's an idea going forward. It's a shame it's audio, but fortunately the technology I have is going to make it audio only for the foreseeable future. I think, but I think it still works.
Like that, yeah, it's fine. We're still here. Oh, an apple turnover with whipped cream. Ooh.
Hopefully it's not the one from the shop, the big bakers, because their ones aren't that nice. I prefer the smaller bakers ones.
I think. Oh, now I want an apple turnover with whipped cream. Nom, 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 nom.
I do as well now. So it's a bit worrying.
Damn you, teaspoon!
Damn you, teaspoon! Oh dear. Whoever this teaspoon is, you are making great conversation here, and it's great to have so many people actually chatting along here today on the stream. And it's nice to have you, and thank you very much for watching. It really has made an evening work quite well, and me being a bit of the fear, wondering if anybody's going to watch this and not have any comments. It does make a difference. Tesco's open to 10 o'clock. Is it though? Have they been shutting early though? Because
I'm reading the comments of Jamie. Stop talking about biscuits. I'm trying to wean myself off them. Quick, Barry, take out your vanilla world again.
You'll see that in the video in a second. You just see that. It's terrible. I just see it now playing back. It's weird. But yeah, it's. But no, this has been the funnest Streamstructor I think I've had. Sorry, go on.
Just Jamie calling us Bampot.
Thank goodness I put this video as not suitable for children, Jamie. Thank you very much for that. I have to guarantee it's not suitable for children now, that's for sure.
I wish there was a bakery doing deliveries at these times. Yes, don't we all?
It would be cool. I mean, are you doing exercising? Are you going out for walks or anything at the moment, Fraser?
I am walking to the shop to buy crisps.
But that's about it.
I'm genuinely scared to go out a little bit because not everyone is practicing social distancing here. Mm-hmm. I went into the shop downstairs and people were just right behind you, right in front of you. There was no, no one's paying attention to it really. Well, no, that's not true. A lot of people are paying attention to it, but there are bampots out there, thanks Jamie, who are just not behaving themselves. So I'm kind of put off going out, to be honest with you. I don't know what everyone else thinks. Has anyone else been? Arthur is stuck in Tesco, so he has to face the public, and I know he's having a bit of a hard time with it.
Oh, I
wonder, Jamie, how's Sonny Patrick with bampots these days? Are there any people? Are they behaving themselves? Bampot could be a name for a pastry for non-Scots. Oh, I do love a chocolate bampot.
I thought that was a band cake.
I do love a chocolate bampot. Num 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 num.
Careful. That's a bit close to the knuckle, that one. But yeah, no, there's the advert that Sainsbury's has been doing at the moment. I don't know if you've seen it. And basically they're saying, oh, you get the trolley. We'll wipe the trolley before you go into the store. Not when you pick up the trolley, but before you go into the store. And it's kind of like, well, that doesn't make any sense because you're picking up the unless they wipe it when you come out the shop again.
As well, yeah.
They're still going to have the germs and that on it when you put your hands on. So then wiping it is
Yeah.
just going to put your hands back on again and reinfect yourself. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, no, it's a bit dodgy. Truth
That
be told.
advert doesn't really promoted it properly. That was my dad that picked that out because I thought that was a bit strange myself.
It's the adverts on TV full stop where it's like lots of people doing Skype calls and whatever, and it's like, you know, during this, you know, everyone's sticking together, blah blah blah. Talk, buy now, and you're like, pee off. This is not your time to advertise your services. Like, I know you've got a captive audience, but now is not the time to get people to put their hands in their pockets and pay £50 or whatever for broadband. Now is not the time. So, Arthur said, my Tesco's has a cleaning bit at the entrance and exit.
Yeah.
Who are misses.
No, that's good actually, because it's just obviously the way the advert comes across is that they do it when you go in, not when you go out. So how do you prevent the germs? You know?
Yeah. Escape Teaspoon. I really want to go out, but the outdoors has become a place for loons and buffoons. I mean, that does sound like a Scottish person typing it. Loons and buffoons.
Yes, it does sound a little bit like a Scottish person. Yeah. But it's just the whole situation going out. I mean, as I said last month in my I was almost a £200 monster video. I've got the obsession of trying to do 10,000 steps a day. I haven't quite done it today for the first time in about 6 weeks. I have been going out for my exercise after work and late evening because it's a bit quieter then, and actually just walking around and doing it. I'm going, you know, I've seen places of East Kilbride I've never seen in 36 years, you know, but I'm walking. You know, I'm trying to get some exercise here, and I'm doing the Corona Shuffle every time I meet people. So yeah, try and keep wide berths. It's I suppose for somebody like me, being an introvert, it's doesn't look as weird anymore avoiding people like that. I suppose because beforehand it was seen as strange. Now it's seen as normal. It's very weird.
So yes, thank you very much. Thank you for staying away from me.
Yeah. I always smile saying, "Hiya, I'm not doing this because I don't like you," you know. I'll do this to protect you as much as me.
Aye, we're in a weird world right now, let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely, Escape Teaspoon. I need to get the steps, and I've got 1,700 steps still to do after this live stream, so I'll probably listen to a Doctor Who Big Finish episode or something just to make it up for that.
They are doing a thing today for it's the memorial for the Big Finish person who sadly passed away. Who did, and they've got a whole competition for him every year called Short Trips, where writers can send in an idea for a short trip, Big Finish, which I think is a brilliant idea. It's a great way to get into Big Finish. But they were doing a tribute to him today. Jamie will be able to tell me the name of him. I feel terrible that it just completely slipped my mind. But yeah, no, Big Finish, good way to walk about the place. Good thing to listen to.
It takes my mind off the routes I'm doing as well. So if I didn't have something in my ear listening to, I probably would have been doing half the steps I am now. You know, if I say two episodes of Big Finish, story half an hour. You know, if it's a half an hour episode, 2 episodes of them, that's me done virtually 8,000 steps. That's how I'm thinking it. You know, it works.
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely. I haven't even looked at my step count for a long time. God only knows how bad it is. When I used to have the Apple Watch, I used to try and get all my steps done, but that's just obviously doesn't happen as much anymore.
Yeah, well, it's become an addiction I can't get rid of. So I hope that there's not a lot of people out there who are going outside not for exercise, not for walking the dog, not for going for shopping, and just going outside. I hope these people just realise, stop doing it, because our liberties are curtailed as it is at the moment, and I would be very annoyed if we get a situation where we can't go outside at all because there's people out there who won't follow the rules that have been set down for us to protect ourselves. I think it's annoying.
Someone quite rightly said, if they decide to say, actually, you're not, yes, Arthur, good in joke. If they don't behave themselves and they do put us in a bit of a further lockdown, then you're just gonna Like, what's going to happen when you have to go out to do your shopping? How's that going to work? Because surely there's not enough people to deliver to everyone in the country.
Yeah. And that's the thing with deliveries, because they've got slots already. It was about a week ago they had slots about 5 weeks in advance that were booked up. It's really bad.
Yeah. I mean, we had to order food for the rabbits today. And thankfully they got a big bag in, but they're now saying that it's going to be 14 days before we get the rabbit food. So that's a bit scary.
It is a little scary. It's not
Yeah.
fun at all. It really isn't. The whole situation isn't fun at all. And people who think they can flout the rules, there's always people who are going to flout the rules, but if there's enough of them, it's going to make it worse. I mean, that's part of the reason why we're on the lockdowns we are now, because the situation with the parks just before we got the lockdown happening, and all the noises the government were making the next day, we're kind of thinking, you know, it's going to happen. We're going to be locked down. We're going to have to work from home and things like that. And lo and behold, that's what happened. You know.
Someone put a video up on YouTube of Bristol Pier today, and there's people out with their kids pushing them on bikes and stuff. You know, just no one keeping a safe distance from anybody. It's just absolute bonkers. It's just so irresponsible. They will have blood on their hands if they've got it and they give it to someone and it kills them. It's horrible. But on a cheerier note, Arthur said, for those in the future, which is a reference to, we recorded the Ghostbusters 2 fan commentary track last night, and every time we said something about going outside or whatever, Des O'Gorman, check him out on the Twitter, on the Facebook, said, for those of you in the future, going outside was an activity we were once allowed to do by martial law every time you mentioned something. So that's Arthur trying to do a callback in a completely different stream. Well done, Arthur. I raised my hobnob to you.
Or your custard creams. Or your chocolate hobnobs.
Or your chocolate hobnobs.
Or the Viennese wells.
Not Dave Gorman. Des O'Gorman. Two very different comedians.
I wonder how many Barry Stantons there are out there. Because remember Dave Gorman did a thing where he found all the Dave Gormans. I wonder how many Barry Stantons or Fraser Cools there are out there.
I wouldn't want to meet myself. Here's a segue for you. Paul Spragg was the lovely man who worked for Big Finish.
Paul Spragg, right, okay.
Paul Spragg. And if you go into Big Finish today, you can download 2 free short trips. One with the Third Doctor and one with the Seventh Doctor, so that's quite nice. So there you go. As the teaspoon said, every time they say Doctor and TARDIS, you have to walk them back 20 times.
Yeah. Problem is with some of those, especially when you get a character like Perry. Put it this way, you've been knackered.
Doctor.
Yeah. Doctor, every 5 seconds.
All right.
I've not got to the ones with Tegan yet. God help me when I get to the ones with Tegan.
In the comments, who's your favourite Doctor Who companion of all time? You're only allowed to choose one.
You're only allowed to choose one. Right, well, I'll keep that quiet until we play the next video, I think. And I've just realised what the time is there. This running order is completely out of time now. It's nowhere near what it should be.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. The idea was to have 5-minute bits in between, not 55 minutes, but there we are. That's the nature of this sometimes. It happens. So yeah, that's the layout there. The War Machines is a review I'm doing here. So it's the latest, well, it's a William Hartnell story. One of my personal favourites, I suppose. So yeah, we'll play that now. Leave some comments down below, your favourite Doctor Who companion, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Doctor Who is required. Bring him here. Hello everybody and welcome to another Doctor Who review. This time I'm doing a review from William Hartnell's era, and it's one of the last stories he ever made, The War Machines. As always, I have the television companion in front of me here, and I'm going to read out the synopsis from the book. The TARDIS arrives in London in 1966 and the Doctor and Dodo visit the Post Office Tower. There they meet Professor Brett, whose revolutionary new computer, Wotan, Will Operating Thought Analog, can actually think for itself and is shortly to be linked up to other major computers around the world, a project overseen by civil servant Sir Charles Summer. It transpires, however, that Wotan considers that humans are inferior to machines and should therefore be ruled by them. Exerting a hypnotic influence, it arranges the construction of war machines, heavily armed, self-contained, mobile computers, with which to take over the world. These prove more than a match for troops, but by establishing a magnetic force field, the Doctor is able to capture one of them, which he then reprograms to destroy Wotan. Dodo, now back in her own time, decides to remain on Earth. The Doctor enters the TARDIS alone, but Brett's secretary Polly and her merchant seaman friend Ben Jackson follow him inside just before it dematerialises. Okay, here we go. One of the last Hartnell stories in Doctor Who. The final story of the third season of Doctor Who, The War Machines, and the first that's a progenitor of many firsts for Doctor Who. I'll go through them one at a time. But overall, yeah, it's an okay story. It's a computer takes over the world. It's the first real proper big machine takes over the world type story you get in Doctor Who. Up till now, it's been very much very futuristic sci-fi stories and then a lot of history kind of interchange between each other. But this is the start of the series starting to go away from all the historicals as much and having a few more present day Earth-based stories. There's only a handful, if I recall correctly, up to this point. An Earthly Child is one, of course. The Planet of Giants is another. And I think there is one more where you see modern day Earth, but I think that's the end of The Chase. The rest of them have been time traveling. This is really the first proper present day story since An Earthly Child, really, with proper kind of pseudo-scientific sci-fi elements and kind of an Earth-based setting, Earth-based threat. This is, as I say, the last story of the season, and it is the second last story that Hartnell was originally contracted for. He was only supposed to do one more after this, and that was effectively the Savages, or not the Smugglers, that came out next. But it does change the dynamic and kind of introduce a more swinging 60s feel to an extent as well. We'll go through the characters, we'll have a look at the plot and everything else as well, and obviously do all the usual bits and pieces with it. So, William Hartnell, the First Doctor, definitely in his prime. Definitely the establishment of the character we all know and love is there. Lovable, irascible at times, still anti-establishment. I mean, he does work with Sir Charles Summer in this story, but he's working with them, but he's kind of still thinks he's above them and better than them, and that kind of grandfatherly respect there. It's interesting seeing them walking around London and going to different locations in London, different places, in Covent Garden you see. There's also bits around about the Post Office Tower as well that you see. A couple of places, I think Kensington they went to as well when they filmed. So there's quite a few places in London you see at that time, which is really cool to see. Hartnell puts in a decent performance. You can see it's slightly more restrained. You can see that that it is effectively more a Polly and Ben show at times. But I think that's just the nature of the character at the time. Obviously, Hartnell was very late in his tenure. His illness is starting to become more apparent. I mean, you wouldn't know unless you know the background of what's happening here. It's still a very good performance. There's not many flub lines this time. I think there's only one time he pauses in the middle of the recording for words he was saying, but it's pretty solid in the recording there. So they've managed to get him with good stuff, and they've managed to get him off pat there. Jackie Lane as Dodo. Now, there's not much Dodo in the archive to see, if I'm honest with you. There is one episode of the Celestial Toymaker that's available to see. We've got her first full story in the Ark, and we also have this. And they've got Gunfighters as well. And she's trying to be Vicky, but isn't Vicky, and isn't Susan, and is actually a little bit grating at times. Supposed to be this cool chick with a kind of posh RP accent. She doesn't quite pull it off.
not the strongest performance. I mean, she's all right when she's hypnotised, but not the best performance, really. The stars, really, are Michael Craze and Annika Wills, who in the first story here. Michael Craze is very good as Ben. I think they are bringing in Ben for more the action side, because obviously they had that substitute for Stephen before. And he has a good bit in here about investigating the factory and that, where the war machines are being made and everything. And it's really cool seeing the character being established there. Polly is a little bit more femme fatale. Well, not femme fatale, but more Perils of Pauline in this one. Or Perils of Polly, as it might be, I suppose. A little bit screamy, but you can see there's intelligent there. You can see there's a cool girl, pretty lady anyway. Annika Wells always was in the stories that she was in. But I love the bits when she's hypnotized with Wotan. I do like those bits, because she's basically, there's a kind of sinisterness there that she has. She's quite forceful the way she speaks to Ben at certain times, but there is that doubt there about a friend and everything else. And she's a very forthright and confident person, and you can see that in the story. And I haven't seen much of Polly really outside this. There's very little Polly outside this, if I'm honest with you. You've got the 10th Planet, you've got the Underwater Menace, you've got a couple of episodes of the Faceless Ones, but there's not really much Polly you can see here, so you don't really see much of the character really in this. So it's interesting to see, but it's not, it's a progenitor. I don't know whether she does degrade the characters as they go along. I don't think she does. I think she is pretty good in that respect. Guest cast. Pretty simple guest cast. You've got John Harvey, who plays Professor Brett. Very simple professor with his white coat and bow tie on to show him he's a professor. Creator of Wotan, inventor of Wotan. Gets hypnotised very early on and becomes the main protagonist. And there's a lot of exposition. I'll come into that in a minute with conversation. There's a lot of exposition in this. I'll go for the production in a minute. He does a decent job. Alan Curtis is as good as Major Green. Again, it's more exposition. It's more there's a lot of talking going on, and that's the nature of the time, and I'll come into that in a second. William Mervyn does a good job as Sir Charles Summer. I love that kind of fact of, I'm a civil servant, I'm a Whitehall kind of guy, and yeah, come on, don't give me that poppycock. I know what you're saying, Doctor, but I don't think it's true. That sort of idea, I do like that aspect to it. And then you've got John Carter, who plays Kempton. Again, another role that's really just there for exposition, really. One of Brett's... Professor Kempton is one of Brett's colleagues in the Wotan process at the Post Office Tower. This story is a progenitor for UNIT a couple of years down the line, and the army versus unworldly forces. This is the first instance of a story set on Earth with Earth technology trying to take over the world that we've seen in the modern context. Computers are fairly new then. Wotan's quite a bulky machine. It's an idea and a concept from Kit Pedler. Ian Stewart Black is the writer. It's the second story in a row he's written, because he wrote The Savages before, which wrote out Stephen. But the story overall is a nice run around. The direction is okay, although it's not got the Douglas Camfield style that you see in The Invasion, which is the first proper UNIT story. And I think he also did Web of Fear as well, the Yeti story on the Underground. But it's not got the kind of army Dougie Campfield style that you see in the later stories, but it's a decent effort. You get a few shots of the army when they're trying to defend against the war machine for at Covent Garden Warehouse in episode 4, where you see elements that you would enjoy or like of it. It plods along okay, but there's a lot of exposition, and that might be partly exposition because some of the stuff in the war machines is some of the parts of what they've got. Some of the elements are missing, so there's a lot more static shots and cutaways in here for exposition. But there's a lot of explaining about what Wotan's going to do, when it's going to do it, why it's doing it, what its motive is, why it says, the Doctor's important. And of course, in this one, Doctor Who is Wotan's thinking of his name. Obviously, we know that's wrong. So the Wotan was wrong. It was fallible. He knew what TARDIS was, but didn't know the Doctor's proper name. Wasn't that intelligent? But overall, it's
it's quite a plodding story, but it does see lay the foundations of the Doctor working with establishment more in the second and third Doctor's eras. The army kind of involved a bit more, although it's always just a core of the army that's been given here. That's not really specific which regiment it really is in that respect. Not that I can recall anyway. This is Michael Ferguson's first directorial story. He did go on to direct The Seed to Death, which is really good, which is a really cool story. The Claws of Axos and The Ambassadors of Death in Pertwee's era. So he has formed, but this is his first proper directorial debut for Doctor Who, and it's not a bad wee effort. It's a nice little effort here. There's a little bit of action in there. I love the fact that Doctor's problem solving. It's very much Doctorish at this point. The grumpy grandfather is there, only very small elements. It's more a caring, rounded character, and I do like the characterization here of Hartnell. I do like the way it works. The music, well, there isn't any music really, and this is the first, and I'll come back to the music in a second because there isn't really music in that respect, but there is sound effects and background ambient noise, which I'll come back to in a second. But the story itself, it's the second one that has a title for the whole serial. Up till The Savages, every episode had its own title, so they are still experimenting just a little bit about how they do the titles and the captions of the story. And this one has a kind of computer printout sort of idea for the episode's number and the name of the story on here. And the only other one I can see of element that's referenced like that is a couple of stories later with the 10th Planet with a kind of computerized type thing as well, but obviously that's Cybermen, so it's going to have that feel to it. And then it goes back to the standard kind of captions at the beginning of the story from there. But this is an experiment in it. There's also the fact, obviously, the music I'm saying here, there isn't any. You've got titles, and you've got the title music and the credits, and you have a kind of timpani, rolling timpani to a cymbal crash when the titles come up for the episode, and that's it. The rest of it is background noise. So you've got the noise of the War Machine and the radiophonic noise of that, and the machine itself is not a bad wee design, bit clunky, bit 60s. It kills people with fire extinguishers, which is something that obviously they thought by 66 was acceptable, but they couldn't do with Daleks, because obviously the movies, the colour movies with Peter Cushing had fire extinguishers for the Daleks doing stuff. It's a cheap way of doing it, but obviously the Daleks have that ray gun, that kind of effect that you have, which has always been improved. But then you've got the situation with the war machines rolling around London. It's quite effective. They don't go upstairs. I don't know how they managed to get up to the top of the post office tower at the end, but they do. I think maybe they use a lift, although I don't think the lift's big enough for the post office tower, but that's a minor point, because what does at the top of the post office tower? This war machine trundles at the end and destroys Wotan, the Doctor reprograms. But the music's atmospheric. It's basically noise of machinery, the war machine, Wotan. You've got the hypnotized music as well. But apart from that, there isn't any music in here. It's just exposition talk that puts it along. And you do need to be in a kind of right mood to watch this at times, because it is quite talky. And if you're not in a mood to listen to talkie, you want more action, you want something to keep you awake. It's not the story you watch straight away. I do enjoy the story. I have the story in VHS. I've got the story obviously elsewhere as well. It was one of the earliest stories I've got, so I do have a fondness for it. But it isn't one of my favourites. It's a good romp. It's good to sit down and take your brain out and watch, but it's not one of these ones like Androzani or the Happiness Patrol or the Visitation that we'll go back to as a choice. I will go back to those stories. I don't tend to go back to this one as often. But overall, I do enjoy the story. I do like it, but it's not the best. It's not the one I would say is one of my top stories. I would say this story is a 3.5 TARDISes out of 5 story. So it's solid enough, but it's not quite what I look for in a Doctor Who story for me. But I still watch it. I still enjoy it, but it's not one I come off the shelf, as I say, straight away. So let's have a look and see how the War Machine sits within all the stories reviewed so far. The War Machines is the 4th 3.5 TARDISes out of 5 I've reviewed. It sits alongside the Aztecs, the Leisure Hive, and Vengeance and Varos, and so the nature of these things is near the bottom of the list. But at the top still is the top 4.5 TARDISes out of 5s of the Happiness Patrol, Inferno, The Day of the Doctor, and The Caves of Androzani. So that's where the War Machine sits. Where does it sit for you? What do you like about the War Machines? Hit the comments down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to like and share this video. If you do share it, please do put the hashtag TEAMSTRUCTOR down there. And also, don't forget to hit that like button as well. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you like what you see. I post a video every Sunday at 4 PM GMT. And don't forget to check out all the other reviews I've done. I've done the Unearth the Child and the Aztecs up in the top left-hand corner there. But until next time, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Next week is a Kidstructor, so hope to see you then. But until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.
Right, okay, so let's get back into webcam, shall we?
Hello.
Hello, you're still there. I was just wondering there for a second if you were still there.
I won't lie to you. I was downstairs watching it on telly.
Were you? Oh, cool. Well, that's the way. It's one way of doing it.
Yeah, that was quite nice. Yeah, it's nice. Jamie has not told us who his favourite Doctor Who companion is.
No, but Arthur has. What I read.
Neither has a teaspoon. I think of
I think the teaspoon's escaped, but there we are.
She's rolling down the back of a chair. Jamie has stolen the teaspoon. I think my favourite New Who companion is Rose. But Ace. Ace was my first companion. Well, that's not true. The first ever story I watched was The Five Doctors, followed by it was my friend Mark Bell, and he lived in the village next to me, and I used to stay over at his all the time. And he said, "Have you ever heard of Doctor Who?" And I said, "No, tell me more." So he showed me what he called the best ever episode of Doctor Who at the time, which was The Five Doctors. Then the worst episode of Doctor Who, which was The King's Demon. And
funny how they follow each other.
Yeah, chameleon. So no, but Ace was my kind of first crush, proper as a teenager, and that's not went away. Sophie is still gorgeous, so there we are, and I get to work with her now, which is quite nice. So,
well, if you talk about first companion crush, sorry,
she's going to be in the Cosmos' audio drama series, which is quite nice. So.
I was going to get to that in a minute. Actually, you've kind of preempted my question to you. It's
sorry,
okay.
you go ahead. No, Jamie, I've not read her novel yet. No, I've not. No, I've not bought it. So
yeah. Oh, Teaspoon hasn't escaped. She is still with us, or he is still with us.
Hey!
Yay! So you don't really have a favourite. Well, Sarah J. Smith, Arthur said, which is an understandable response. I do like Sarah Jane Smith as a companion. My crush as a teenager was Nyssa, Sarah Sutton.
I love Nyssa. Nyssa came into her own, and then she left.
She did well. Yeah, well, I wonder why she came into her own in that story, but there we go. Sod it, it's not for kids anyway. Yeah, we know why she came into her own in that story, but there we are. But
she finally showed her leg. I met her not that long ago because I really wanted to meet her, and she was such a sweetheart. She was so nice. Yeah,
Sarah Sutton's a nice lady. I met her briefly at Army of Guests, the Glasgow Doctor Who Society convention back in 2007. Was it 2006? It was one of the two. And I met her then. I met most of them from that, actually. Were
you a part of the Sarah Jane one that they did?
No, that was a different group.
Right, because I filmed that one.
There's a story to that one I won't disclose over streams because it's not the most fun story to tell, and I know people might catch up on this later on. It's not worth saying, so I'll say no more about that one in regards to what happened to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but no, I wasn't part of that one. That was a different group called the Valiant. I don't know if they're still going, actually.
They are.
They are. Well, don't see them much on social media or anything like that, so I don't know what's happening with them. But
we can talk about that later. That's fine. That's all good.
Jamie has put, if you put Stays to my head and I had to choose, I would probably pick Romana 2.
Okay.
I can see why you'd like Lalla Ward. I can see why everybody would like Lalla Ward, to be fair, in her early days. Same with any of the companions, to be fair. There's only a couple I'm not really keen on. I'm not a great fan of Susan. I'm not a great fan of Dodo, which made it clear in the War Machines review there. I like most of the others. I think I've watched what is there of Victoria's stuff, and I don't like. You know what? I don't like these Perils of Pauline companions, the ones that scream and go Doctor, Doctor, Doctor 5 minutes or so. Which is why Perry annoys me in Time Lash, because she plays that role. I don't like that at all. You just got to the Carbonite episode of what?
Star Trek.
Carbonite
Star
episode
Trek.
of TOS. Oh right, okay. Sorry.
Sorry, we're having a different conversation.
Yeah, in my live stream, and I have no idea what's happening. But there we are. I think you clicked the wrong place there. But I've just seen the whole of I've just seen this whole of TOS. I've completed that now, so I've seen them all.
Oh, well done. I've just got to the Carbonite Maneuver, I think it's called.
Well, that's a question I was going to ask for everybody, what they're watching at the moment, what they're watching on streaming websites and things at the moment, streaming apps, and what they've been watching more recently, what they can recommend, because obviously I might be looking for something soon as well. But yeah, so yeah, companions. As I say, I don't mind all of them. Nissa is a crush. I like Ace. It's really difficult, to be fair. I'm not a great fan of Perry on screen, but Nicola Bryant is one of the best people you could ever meet. She's an absolute nutcase in the nicest sense, but she's one of the nicest people you could ever meet. Katie Manning.
Katie Manning is one of the loveliest women in the world. I love her so much. We have such a good laugh whenever we meet up. She's just batshit. I adore Katie Manning, and Jo was great. Her last episode was heartbreaking.
Yeah. So yeah,
Stephen.
Yeah, so that's the photograph there that when she was up in Edinburgh, and we went to the Edinburgh Doctor Who group about 12 years ago now. My goodness, is that long ago? 12 years ago now. And you've got me, well, spot who's me. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But you've got Rintu one side of Katie, you've got Alan on the other side of me, and they were, the core group of the Glasgow Doctor Who Society. But we met her then, and she is as nutty as a box of frogs, but she's a really lovely person. Blind as a bat as well, apparently.
Yeah.
But she's a really lovely person and really somebody I would recommend meeting if you get a chance in the future. And yes, that is one of the photographs that's in my background most times. I need to get some more photographs, actually, some more up-to-date ones. These are the ones in the background, a bit old at the moment. But I can't really pick a companion. I mean, Sarah J. Smith is good. I like Romana too. I do agree with Jamie. I think Lalla Ward's got a good role of that. Nissa, as I say, is my crush. I suppose Nissa would be my companion of choice until I started listening to Big Finish. And a couple of stories, she's like a spoilt brat. That's soured it a little bit. But I suppose if you took the TV series only, thank you for that, Teaspoon, for the photograph. Yeah, talking of, if it just did a TV series, yeah, this is my favourite, I think. I think that's probably my favourite. But I can see why you like Ace, and I do agree. I think Sophie Aldred's quite a down-to-earth person. I've met her a couple of times. She's lovely. She is lovely. I've not actually met her with Sylvester together yet. I've met them separately a couple of times, but I've not met them together yet. And I get the impression they're great buds. Great buds. Can you hear me still, Fraser?
Yeah. I'm just reading the comments. Tales from the Loop, I'm hearing is quite good. And I've not watched American Gods yet, but I've got no excuse not to. The Boys, season 1 was good. I'm looking forward to season 2. Mm-hmm. And I want to watch The Man in the High Castle. The problem is, Barry, and I don't know if everyone else will agree with this, there's too much to watch.
There is that fact as well. I mean, I'm so glad that Netflix have kept all the Star Treks on for 5 years now, because otherwise I would never have got through them. The only two I've got to do now are the animated series and Voyager. I've done all the others.
We had Sky TV growing up as kids, mm-hmm. and the Star Trek, the cartoon series, was shown on Sky One back in the day. So that was my first proper experience of Star Trek. and I bloody loved it. And I went back to watch some of it on Netflix. I was like, oh, this was not as good as I remembered.
Now, that was made by Filmation, so can anybody leave in the comments what they're most famous for? The most famous TV series, cartoon series they did, they're most well known for?
I have a genuine question for Seamus and the Teaspoon and Arthur. Just for you, Barry, more than anything else. What did everyone enjoy about this stream? What would people like to see different, or what would people like to see more of? Let's get some constructive criticism. I think this has been your best one, not just because I'm on it. But
Of course
really
not.
Good.
Of course not.
I think it's been really good having everyone chime in and talk. That's been my favourite thing about it.
Well, eventually, hopefully, this is a more regular thing where people are chiming in and talking. You'll see less and less of the archive stuff and more of this, and that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
But
That would be good.
in the meantime, I do feel it's nice to showcase what I've done. And
Oh no, absolutely. I don't think you should take that away at all. No,
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that for a single second.
it's a little different to what other people are doing out there, to be fair, and that's why I wanted to try it and see if it worked. And if I do have followed quiet streams, at least I've still got content going for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you know?
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. I wouldn't suggest for a single second that you should stop doing the showing your old vlogs. Absolutely not. I'm just, I like seeing the old ones.
Yeah, it's. I mean, 183 subscribers would agree with you, I think.
Yep.
Sorry.
Teaspoons put a comment up.
Yep.
Do you want to read it out?
Yeah, it was good, but I think it would be better with shorter videos or cut it a bit. I can understand where you're coming from them, but the idea is to showcase the videos in different series and show interest in there. Yeah, I could cut it down, but it takes
more clips but shorter. Yeah.
Yeah, but it takes away. It detracts from that in a way. I know I've got over 300 videos, and I know it is probably better. I could do clips and bits and pieces like that, but it really comes into its own with the Kidstructor stuff. Apparently in America, yes, the Ghostbusters was the one that Filmation was famous for. That they actually did a series called the Ghostbusters. That is true.
Yeah.
No, it's He-Man, I thought. Nudity. Oh, Jamie, you don't change. I love you.
Take it off. Put it on. Put it on.
Definitely put it on, that's for sure.
Jamie, in my case. Save that for teabagging with Jamie.
Oh, that's quite right. Hey, he might get us involved to do the initial filming for that, so just keep quiet what you're saying there. Now, there was one video I didn't show this time, was Kidstructor. Now, obviously, I know. Well, the Kidstructor is going to become a more regular thing along with the Doctor Who reviews in the next few Streamstructors. In fact, Kidstructor is going to be all the archive footage you see in Streamstructor in June, because it's Kidstructor month. So I'm going to be picking 3 of the best Kidstructors shown so far, and then I'm going to be showing 3 brand new Kidstructors throughout the month with Fraser, me and Jamie. All around Neil Buchanan, the TV presenter. So we're I'm gonna put up Art Attack, Zap, and Finders Keepers.
Nice.
What? Sorry.
Nice. Good. Those are good ones, definitely.
Yeah, they are good ones. You will get another one from the Terrible Trio this month. I'm then going to do a single Kidstructor.
Who are they?
Yeah, I'm going to do a single Kidstructor in May. Ironically, do you know what the Kidstructor I'm doing? We've talked about it already on the stream. Teabag. I'm actually doing Teabag. I'm not quite sure whether I do the original actress or I do Georgina Hale. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to do Teabag as my sole Kidstructor reaction in June. In May.
Wants more explosions.
Not enough visual effects, not more explosions. Well, I was wanting a visual effect in that telly behind me, but unfortunately my laptop wouldn't play ball, so you would have got a visual effect of Fraser's face. I don't know if that's going to satisfy you or not. It may not, but it was worth a try. But yeah, so yeah, for the Streamstructor, have a look at the Streamstructor, the Kidstructor playlist on the channel. Have a look at all the videos gone so far, and tell me your favourite 3. and I'll do a little poll and do the favourite 3 and see if we can get 3, or leave a comment either on this stream or any other video with the hashtag Streamstructor, and I will put those 3 up as showcasing the best of Kidstructor so far as part of the live stream in June. So if you've got a suggestion, Fraser, obviously we can put that up. I know Huxley Pig is a favourite of mine and Jamie's.
A Kidstructor that we've done, or any Kidstructor?
Any Kidstructor, doesn't have to be one we've done. I'd like a mix of the 2, to be fair. He's actually looking at my channel right now. I can hear him.
No, I'm just thinking. Huxley Pig, yes, is a favourite. But I really enjoyed when we did Family Nest. The
Family Nest, I know, sorry. It's just Jamie's put a comment up saying utter filth, and it's come up as being hidden for review. I've just put it up now, but that came up for review. It seems to have picked up on the filth and thought it was a bit naughty.
Do you play video games on the channel?
I do. I'm not doing much at the moment. I am planning to do a Gamestructor this week, which is my gaming strand. I don't have the tech really to play it off my laptop at the moment. I'm trying to find the tech to do that, and maybe with this period of not being able to do much outside, I might be able to afford to get some sort of converter to record game footage on a console. I've got that Sega Mega Drive the Sega Mega Drive that came out last year. You know, that repurposed one they got.
Mm-hmm.
Which got all the games on it, and I want to do playthroughs of the Sonics at least on it and see how I go, and see how I fare with that. I've done rubbish so far when playing it. I haven't even got past the 2nd level yet. That's how terrible I am. But I'm not used to the controls. But yeah, I want to do more. I want to do more games. There's some free games given out each week on Epic Games. That could be a possibility. But I've got one more episode of Spore to film, which I'm going to finish. Got to get to the centre of the galaxy. Once that's done, that's it. That's that strand finished. And it's a experiment I started a couple of years ago, but it is time factor for that. They do take time to record and edit. It's just having things in advance. But I'm always open to do more gaming, and I probably will do more gaming as time goes on. But the channel does lots of things. It's not going to be just gaming. It never will be. Because I get bored. As I said to you last week when we were speaking in your interview, I get bored. Speaking of interviews and things like that, now you said you've done it with Sophie Aldred and you're doing audio dramas with cops and monsters. So have you been writing it, or have you get people involved or something?
So it was an idea came up by not me. Let me just get the name of the person so we can do this properly. I was just on the twit the other night, and it was... Oh, they have disappeared. I can't find them.
In the meantime, sorry, Teaspoon is saying they're pretty random, which could make it interesting. Yeah, I'll have a look at that, Teaspoon, definitely.
So there was a writer on Twitter who said that writers at the moment should be doing, if they've got a script that they can't film for obvious reasons, they should turn their scripts into
audio plays.
And I was just like, that is a bloody brilliant idea, because we have got 5 episodes of season 2 written by Philip Lawrence, James D. Harding, Simon Underwood, Laura Anderson,
and somebody else you don't know.
Yeah, someone else I don't know. Ivy Jelisavic. I probably butchered her name. She's a film director who is obsessed with what it means to be human. So anyway, she basically said, you should go do this. And I went, that's a brilliant idea. Mm-hmm. So I put the call out to some writers. I've got some of the writers who actually who wrote some of the episodes for series 2. They want to come in and write an episode. I've got some other writers who have sent me some scripts. I've spoken to the majority of the cast from series 1 and series 2, and more or less everyone's got back to me to say, yep, that sounds like a great idea. So I've got a Skype call with Robert New, our mutual friend, tomorrow, and we're going to
do some good cooking videos on Facebook recently, I understand.
He does, and Alan keeps taking the mick out of him.
That was actually quite funny, that
So
meme that Alan put up with the Doctor and Perry opening the screen. It's Robert, and he closes the screen again. That's quite funny, yeah.
So today I wrote the series Bible, so I wrote down which characters people can use, what the tone is, the rules of the Cops Monsters world, and I'm going to start reading some scripts, and hopefully the plan is, Barry, to produce 6 10-minute episodes, put them out online for a small fee each, and we will donate every single penny to a charity of our choice.
Oh, that's lovely.
To help people out in these troublesome times.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, it's not something off our bucket list to do an audio drama, because I've never done one before. And it'll be my CV to Big Finish. Look, I can do this. Yeah, it'll be really good because we won't be restricted by a budget. We can set things anywhere. So that's quite exciting. And we can kind of explore characters who maybe haven't had much screen time at the minute. We can explore more of their character and stuff. So it's very, very, very early days. The ball is rolling slowly, but I think it'll be pretty exciting to do. Probably by the time we write it all, we'll be out of isolation and we'll be able to do it properly. We'll be able to get people at a recording studio somewhere and do it properly. But it just means I can speak to Katie Manning, or I can speak to Sophia Miles, or anybody out there in the world. If anyone wants to give up an hour or two for charity, they can record a character in one of the scripts, and we can have some nice big names in it. So, John Barman, I'm looking at you.
Oh, he'll be fabulous. Sorry, had to do it. But yeah, no. Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing them, mate, when they do come along, and obviously I'll have a chat with you off this as well about it and other bits and pieces. But yeah, the phone seems to have gone on battery off. I think I might have just lost my picture. Hold on a minute, has my phone actually gone off? Oh dear. I think I might have to leave it there, guys. I think I've just lost the power on my phone. I have. The battery's died on my phone. I have no webcam.
Oh well. That's a nice place to end it.
It's a nice place to end it, yes. So, yeah, that was. Let's be fair. I wasn't expecting to be here an hour and 45 minutes later with nothing, So there we are. There's not much I can do about it. But yeah, the phone has just run out of battery, so I'm afraid that might be the end of it, ladies and gentlemen. If you have been watching, thanks very much, guys, for watching as always. If you do like what you see, don't forget to leave a comment or down below with on this, or if you're watching the stream, do so. If you're watching it afterwards, leave a comment down below. Please, by all means, do so. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and share it with the hashtag TEAMSTRUCTOR. And I will see you next week. I have a vlog for Glasgow Cathedral coming up. I finally got it edited. Yay! It was actually quite a short one as well, after cut out all the bits and pieces I didn't want. But there we are. But that's it for now. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thank you very much for all your comments and all your chat. I'll do this again next month, the beginning of May. I'll give you more details as time goes on. When is the next one? It will be the 3rd of May. Is that right, Fraser?
You're asking me? Yes, why not?
Yeah, 3rd of May. 3rd of May at 6 p.m. GMT, 7 o'clock in the UK. Unlike, because you said, "Oh, I'm ready" at 5:15 today. Because
I had it written in my diary, 10 to 6.
Yeah. So Streamstructor, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. BST, UK time, 6 p.m. GMT. Sunday the 3rd of May. I might do an impromptu one in between. Fraser, hopefully I can see you then.
Yes, go hop over to the old Skype in the meantime while we chat it.
Yeah, absolutely. But thanks, guys, for watching
Thanks
as
for
always.
having me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fraser, for taking part. Hopefully you can come and do this again soon. But if we do it as audio, then obviously I might ask another one of the people who've been on here today to come on instead. I'm looking at you, Mr. Gallagher. Well, there we are.
I'm looking at the Escape Teaspoon and Arthur. Arthur would be great on your on one of your Streamstructors to say.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to have all these people that have been involved today. But yeah, I'd like to have them all involved at some point. And with the magic of Skype, we can get 4 or 5 voices at the same time. Technology's there, guys.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem, Fraser. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Yeah, I usually say this on camera, but with my face, but I can't at this point. So I'll see you later, guys.
Toodaloo-the-doo.